drill. But the technique of sandwiching the drills, I think that would be huge help for you, huge. So do, say, 15 reps of your left hand in spin, 15 reps of your right hand, 15 reps of your left hand, 15 reps of your right hand, and then do an extra set with your left hand. So you've sandwiched it and you've made like a nice club sandwich with the underhand as the bread. You want to start with your less dominant hand because you want to give yourself a false sense of dismay. And what I mean by that is when you start with your dominant hand and you go to your less dominant hand, your dominant hand may get it like this fast. Your less dominant hand might be like this when you start. That's a huge difference. So if you go from the good to the bad, this is very disappointing. Whereas if you start with the left, you might get it to here pretty quick. And then the gap between them is much less, and it's much easier for this one to catch up because you're picking this one up second. So to go from the harder one to the easier one is like, oh, yes. But to go from the easier one to the harder one is like, oh God, this sucks. It's such a drag. And that's exactly what unfortunately happens to you. Never assume that because it's your dominant hand, it's better, because sometimes your dominant hand ends up doing worse. And if you've practiced your less dominant hand enough, sometimes it catches up and exceeds the dominant hand. That may not always be the case, but just check yourself before making assumptions about what's going on in the kinesthetics of your body and your somatic experience.